In the episode's final moments, Maggie prepares herself for a meaningful conversation with Sully. He's finally ready to open up about his emotional state and what really happened with Helen. But before a single word can be said, Frank and Mr. Brenner from the health department walk in for an unexpected restaurant inspection. The interruption cuts their conversation short, yet again, and Maggie walks away in silence. Her decision isn't rooted in anger. It's exhaustion. Earlier, she panicked when she found an empty wine bottle in Sully's room. Helen later admits it was hers, not Sully's, but the moment exposes Maggie's lingering mistrust. It's not about that one incident. It's about the cumulative emotional weight Maggie has been carrying. Between worrying about Sully's sobriety, managing her relationship with Cal, and supporting Rafe, she's burned out. Her silent exit is a form of self-protection. Sully takes a day off, and everyone notices. At the beginning of the episode, Sully is noticeably off his routine. He takes a day off work, which raises red flags for Maggie. She suspects his stress stems from Glenn Perry's veiled threats. Sully insists he's unbothered, but after Maggie leaves, he makes a mysterious phone call, creating doubt about his true state of mind. Frank, worried about a potential relapse, visits Sully and gently encourages him to join a support group. Sully declines, but appreciates the gesture. This moment underscores how deeply those around him are worried, even if Sully won't admit he needs help. Later, Sully has lunch with Helen and opens a bottle of wine. Her bottle, not his. It's a seemingly innocent moment, but when Maggie finds the empty bottle, it triggers her fears. Even though Helen takes responsibility, Maggie can't help but wonder if Sully is heading toward relapse. Cal and Maggie drift further apart. Cal and Maggie's once strong relationship continues to unravel. Cal keeps himself busy fixing his Jeep and helping out at the lodge, but emotionally, the distance between them is growing. He casually tells Maggie stories about his parents and later, in a surprising move, asks her to move in with him. Maggie turns him down. She's recently moved in with Sully and is still worried about her father's fragile state. Her refusal isn't a rejection of Cal, but a reflection of how emotionally stretched she is. Cal's spontaneous proposal shows how disconnected he is from Maggie's internal struggles. Their relationship has become a case of two people living side by side, but no longer truly together. Rafe and Sydney hit a breaking point. Rafe is unraveling under stress. Sydney tries to help him relax, but he's more focused on Cal's Jeep and whether he's been fired by Cooper. When he finally confronts Cooper, he learns he wasn't fired. Cooper just thought Rafe needed a break. Back at home, Sydney excitedly shares her restaurant design ideas, but Rafe barely listens. Their emotional disconnect erupts into an argument. Sydney feels ignored, while Rafe finally opens up about the pressure of being fire chief. They reconcile, but it's clear their foundation is shaky and still needs work. Rob's past comes knocking with Jane's return. Rob's day takes an unexpected turn when Jane walks into the hardware store. Their reunion is filled with small talk, but it's obvious they have a rich, emotional history. Rob invites Jane to see the restaurant he's building with Sully, an offer that carries more emotional weight than it appears. Their conversation is layered with shared memories, emotional honesty, and mutual respect. Jane opens up about the toll of her past relationships, and Rob does the same. When Rob asks if he can call her again, and Jane says yes, it hints at a possible rekindling of something long left unsaid. Jane's presence could significantly impact Rob's future, personally and professionally, especially regarding the restaurant project and his dynamic with Sully. Lola and Jacob find connection through vulnerability. Among the storm of emotional turbulence, Lola and Jacob offer a welcome breath of fresh air. While on an errand to the outpost, they share personal stories. Lola about a childhood accident that inspired her to become a social worker, and Jacob about being bullied after his diabetes diagnosis. Their bond forms not through drama, but through quiet trust and mutual understanding. By the end of their trip, Lola even asks to join Jacob on his next lichen hunting adventure. Their budding friendship, or potential romance, is grounded in sincerity and emotional openness. Health inspectors' arrival raises red flags. Just as Sully is about to open up to Maggie, Frank and Mr. Brenner arrive for a surprise inspection. The restaurant passes, but the timing couldn't be worse. Once again, a critical father-daughter conversation is derailed by outside forces. Earlier in the episode, Glenn Perry made veiled threats, and now Maggie wonders if the health inspection was a targeted move. Whether it was Perry or someone else remains a mystery, but it's another example of how external chaos continues to disrupt Maggie's already fragile world. Final thoughts. Emotional noise. Unfinished business. Sullivan's Crossing Season 3 Episode 5 ends not with resolution, but with emotional limbo. Maggie's silent walkaway, Sully's unreadable motives, Cal's missed signals, Rafe's outbursts, and the inspector's untimely arrival all leave the audience with a sense of tension unresolved. The episode's message is clear. Misunderstandings, even small ones, can build into emotional mountains. Maggie's choice to walk away is not about abandoning anyone. It's about setting boundaries for her own survival. As she puts emotional distance between herself and others, we're reminded of a truth this show often explores. Healing isn't linear, and sometimes, walking away is the only way to stay whole. With the season approaching its midpoint, Sullivan's Crossing continues to dig deep into the emotional complexities of love, family, and recovery. And if this episode is any indication, the road ahead will only get more intense.